everybody, it's Carol here at Oak House Journals, and we're on week 21 of the Stitch Circle Show Challenge being hosted by Lisbeth Degn. So the prompts for this week, the first prompt was to choose a fabric in white, cream or off-white. So this is the fabric that I've gone for. It's a fairly open weave linen fabric and it's in off-white. It's exactly the same fabric that I've been using throughout my journal and certainly for last week's prompt. I particularly love this fabric because it tears beautifully and gives me those lovely frayed edges. And once we'd chosen our fabric, the next thing we had to do was to trace a circle. So here you'll see my trusted pot of dimensional translucent paste and a Friction marker pen. And using both of those, I trace a circle onto my piece of fabric, and that's what you're seeing here in this picture. The second Dogma rule was the stitch we were to use this week, and it's Pistil stitch, which effectively is nothing more than a French knot on a stem. And we are to take our inspiration from flower heads. So my inspiration this week is cow parsley, and the next Dogma rule, or the last Dogma rule, was the colour of threads, and we were to use 6 different colours that we used for week 20. So this is my box of threads and the piece that I worked last week for week 20's assignment. So I lift out the same 6 threads that I used for this week 20 piece, and you're seeing them here laid out on top of my week 20 piece or assignment. This is again the piece of fabric with the circle marked out on it, but what I've done is I've made some markings on my or inside my circle where I'm going to be doing my pistil stitches. And I decide that I don't want a plain edge going round the outside of my circle, so I'm going to copy what Lisbeth did, and I've marked up round the outside of my circle, which is what you're seeing here in this picture. I've marked up round the outside of my circle with little dots, and I will be doing small pistil stitches all the way round the outside of my circle as well. And this is what my piece looks like now that it's partially stitched. So I've used all 6 colours. I've used one colour for the pistil stitching round the outside of the circle, and then a different colour for each one of those little splays inside. And as you can see, I've done the knot end of the pistil stitch pointing into the centre of my circle. So here's a few close-up photos for you to have a look at. The Friction marker pen markings are still in place. They've not been heat erased at this stage, but I do that in a moment or two. So just showing you these close-up photos. Hope you can see the slight variation in colour as I show you these close-up photos. There isn't much of a variation between most of them, but trust me, they were all 6 different colour tones of blue. And this is the final close-up picture. So a cow parsley head is really these little tiny florets of seed heads, and that's what I tried to mimic. It all looked a little bit plain, I think, so I decided I wanted to go in and add some more stitching and to play with how the pistil stitches were done. So I've added on with my Friction marker pen some of these, well, they look like little stars, but these little marks, and what I decided to do is do the pistil stitches so that all the knot head of the pistil stitch is in the centre, and this is what it looked like when it was done. And that is my final piece for this week. I haven't got any extra ones to show you this week, but I will do a few more close-ups of this so that you can have a look. Thank you so much as always everybody for watching and letting me share what I've done for this week's assignment in this Dogma challenge, and thank you as always to Lisbeth Degn for hosting this challenge. I certainly have found it a great deal of fun, and I hope you are too. Okay, until next Thursday and week 22 of the Stitch Circle Show Challenge, it's bye bye from me. Oh, just very quickly, forgot this photo. This is showing week 20 on the left there and week 21 on the right, so that you can see the thread choices. Okay, take care everybody, and I really am going this time. Bye bye now.